The movie starts with two men talking inside a van. One man, wearing a suit, is Jae-young-do. The other man is R.A. They park in front of a police station. Jae-young-do warns R.A. to be careful because the mission is very dangerous. R.A. says he'll be fine and asks Jae-young-do to write a good report about him. R.A. grabs a package from the back of the van and enters the police station. Inside, he gets into an elevator and meets two officers. The officers complain about the damaged package, but R.A. tells them it's not his problem because he's just the delivery man. The officers don't like his rude reply and scold him. R.A. gets off the elevator, and the officers take it to the upper floor, which is the witness protection room. The officers are protecting a man named Young-han. He is a key witness in a big criminal case involving a powerful crime boss. R.A.'s mission is to kill Young-han. R.A. walks toward the witness room, but two officers stop him and ask where he's going. R.A. doesn't answer. Instead, he listens to music through earphones. The officers become suspicious because R.A. keeps one hand inside the box. Suddenly, R.A. pulls out a gun from the box and attacks everyone. He is a professional killer. He kills all the officers on the floor. Young-han begs for his life and promises not to testify in court, but it's too late. R.A. shoots him and completes the mission. R.A. calls Jae-young-do to report that the mission is done. However, as R.A. tries to leave the building, someone attacks him. It's Jae-young-do. Jae-young-do takes R.A.'s body, puts it in the van, and drives away. He stops on a quiet street where a group of men meets him. They cover the van with stickers to disguise it. The group works like a well-oiled machine. Jae-young-do goes to an office building that looks ordinary. He blends in like a regular office worker, but he's actually a trained assassin in disguise. The office is called NCM Agency and appears to work in the metal business. Everyone there has their own tasks. Jae-young-do enters a storeroom and pulls a hidden lever, opening a secret path to a basement. In the basement, he meets a woman named Mrs. Wong. He gives her the gun R.A. used. Mrs. Wong quickly cleans the fingerprints and unloads the gun. A man named Gwon Jun-tae, the agency's manager, walks in. From the outside, the company looks normal, but it's actually a front for a team of assassins who take jobs from clients. Jun-tae asks why Jae-young-do was late. Even though Jae-young-do is a senior member, Jun-tae doesn't allow tardiness. Jae-young-do apologizes. Jun-tae also asks about R.A. Jae-young-do says he dealt with him. Later, Jae-young-do meets Bun Ji-hoon, his former mentor at the agency. Ji-hoon was once a top assassin and trained Jae-young-do. Jae-young-do is grateful to him for everything. Ji-hoon warns Jae-young-do to be cautious because no one is strong enough to fight the agency. He also jokes that he'll give Jae-young-do his car when he dies since he knows how much Jae-young-do likes it. Meanwhile, Detective Jo Myung-duk watched CCTV footage from the police station where R.A. had attacked earlier. Myung-duk was an experienced detective. At the same time, Jae-young-do went to find R.A.'s address. A group of teenagers stopped him. One of them was a girl named R.A. Bo-sul, who looked like R.A. and was likely his sister. When Jae-young-do asked about her mother, the teenagers attacked him. However, Jae-young-do easily defeated them because he was very skilled. Bo-sul went into her house and came back with her mother, Yumi-yun. Jae-young-do introduced himself as R.A.'s co-worker. He gave Mi-yun a bag full of money, saying it was all R.A.'s savings and that R.A. had left the city for work. Mi-yun invited Jae-young-do to dinner. During the meal, it was clear that Bo-sul didn't like her mother or brother. She insulted her mother, calling her a bad singer. To mock her mother, Bo-sul played one of Mi-yun's old songs. But Jae-young-do had a different opinion. As a child, he had grown up on the streets, and Mi-yun's songs had comforted him during tough times. Later, the chairman of Jae-young-do's agency, John, called him to the office. He gave him a secret mission to watch over an employee named Jean Chae-guk. John explained that Chae-guk's 7-year-old son had died in an accident, and since then, Chae-guk had been distracted. Jae-young-do followed Chae-guk, but Chae-guk noticed. He warned Jae-young-do to stop following him. When Jae-young-do asked Chae-guk to reconsider, Chae-guk refused, saying he wanted to leave the agency. Jae-young-do reported this to Chairman John, but John was angry and scolded him for being careless. Meanwhile, it was revealed that R.A. had survived and was recovering in a hospital. He confronted Jae-young-do, asking why he had attacked him after he completed the mission. Jae-young-do explained that the agency wanted R.A. dead because he knew too much, even though he was just an intern. Attacking him was the only way to save him. The agency continued training new assassins in combat, weapon skills, and how to leave no evidence. One mission involved killing a top-class broker who had stolen investment money. The assassins blocked the building's security, and a woman killed the broker in an elevator. Another assassin then used a trash bin to remove the body. The murder was done cleanly, leaving no clues. R.A. Hun was eventually reunited with his mother. Ja Hyung-do was invited to dinner at their home, where Mi-yun thanked him for saving R.A. Hun. Suddenly, Ja Hyung-do received a message. It said that the agency had approved Chae-guk's resignation. Ja Hyung-do realized this meant the agency planned to kill Chae-guk. He called Juntae to confirm, but Juntae scolded him again. Chae-guk, aware of the situation, waited for Ja Hyung-do at his apartment. The two fought, but Ja Hyung-do managed to hold a gun to Chae-guk's head. He told Chae-guk to leave immediately, but Chae-guk had nowhere to go. Since losing his son, he felt he had nothing to live for. One day, the agency held a field trip and promotion event. Juntae, the chairman's arrogant son, scolded employees and acted superior, even though he only worked there because of his father. During the event, Chairman John congratulated Ja Hyung-do on his promotion in front of everyone. Ja Hyung-do began dating Mi-yun. They visited a cafe owned by Mi-yun's friend, who wanted to sell it. Mi-yun refused to buy it because she didn't have the money. Her friend was surprised that Mi-yun was dating someone. Meanwhile, Detective Mi-yun Dok arrived in R.A. Hoon's neighborhood. He asked some teenagers about R.A. Hoon, showing them a sketch, but they denied knowing him. Just then, Ja Hyung-do passed by with Mi-yun. Recognizing Ja Hyung-do from the police station incident, Mi-yun Dok stopped him to check his ID and driver's license, but found nothing suspicious. After receiving Ja Hyung-do's business card, Mi-yun Dok let him go. Elsewhere, Chae-guk was revealed to be alive and often visited his son's grave. However, Ja Hyung-do's agency soon found him. Ja Hyung-do was reprimanded for failing his mission and taken to the basement where Chae-guk was tied up. Confronted about his failure, Ja Hyung-do remained silent. Chae-guk, bitter and defiant, accused everyone of being hypocrites, killing for money while pretending to be normal. He called Juntae a fool for acting all-knowing without stepping into the field and advised Ja Hyung-do to reconsider his path. Moments later, Chae-guk was executed, leaving Ja Hyung-do saddened but powerless to intervene. Mi-yun Dok and his team investigated the NCM agency's office. Although they encountered Ja Hyung-do in the lobby, the office appeared to be an ordinary business, leaving them disappointed. Inside, Chairman John and Juntae scolded Ja Hyung-do for his mistakes, particularly for giving his business card to the police. Juntae had him beaten, but Ja Hyung-do didn't fight back, knowing Juntae could easily eliminate him. Haunted by Chae-guk's words, Ja Hyung-do began to question his life choices. That night, he waited for Mi-yun after work and confessed his feelings. The next day, Mi-yun gifted him a handmade briefcase. Ja Hyung-do offered her his savings to buy her friend's cafe, proposing to be her investor. But trouble resurfaced when Chairman John learned R.A. Hoon was still alive. Furious, he ordered action against Ja Hyung-do. Despite this, Ja Hyung-do bought the cafe for Mi-yun, whose singing brought back his childhood memories and gave him hope for a happier future. Determined to leave his dark life behind, Ja Hyung-do wrote a resignation letter but didn't submit it yet. On his next mission, he noticed something suspicious when the agency's employees took a different route. Trusting his instincts, he ordered the driver to take the highway. The two employees revealed their plan to kill him, but Ja Hyung-do fought back. After an intense fight inside and outside the car, one was hit by oncoming traffic and killed. Ja Hyung-do called R.A. Hoon, instructing him to flee with his mother and Bo-soo. They rushed to Ji-hun's house for safety. Sensing danger, Ji-hun scolded Ja Hyung-do for involving them. Ja Hyung-do revealed his hidden earnings and asked Ji-hun to protect R.A. Hoon's family. Before leaving, he confessed the truth to Mi-hyun about being an assassin. Shocked, Mi-hyun scolded her son, R.A. Hoon, for his involvement, despite his good intentions. Ja Hyung-do bid farewell to R.A. Hoon's family and called Chairman John to resign. The agency, however, tracked him down. At his apartment, assassins waited, but Ja Hyung-do skillfully avoided them, retrieved his hidden money, and returned to Ji-hun's house. There, he discovered Ji-hun's betrayal. R.A. Hoon's family was held at gunpoint. Ji-hun had informed the agency in exchange for money. A fight broke out. and Ji-hun was killed. Tragically, Mi-hyun also lost her life in Ja Hyung-doo's arms. Grieving but resolute, Ja Hyung-doo vowed revenge. He stormed the NCM agency, killing anyone in his path. After clearing the office, he confronted Chairman John in the basement. Mrs. Wong attacked him, but was swiftly defeated. Ja Hyung-doo then faced Chairman John's bodyguard, defeating him in a brutal fight. Chairman John, shocked by the destruction, confronted Ja Hyung-doo, but was interrupted by R.A. Hoon, who saved Ja Hyung-doo. As police surrounded the building, Ja Hyung-doo fought John Tae, ultimately causing him to fall to his death. In his last moments, Ja Hyung-doo faced the police, feeling relief for the first time as he let go of his burdens. Thanks for watching.